Michael Jordan became the greatest player of all time before he ever won a championship. I want everybody to understand that.
I'm not going to go out there and take it lightly on them. The job is to go out there and do my best to win the game. So that's what I'm going to do.
Melvin, let me ask you this, Dar. What has it been like for you? Typically you go to a new team, you sign with a new organization, and you end up having to start to learn a new system, learn a new coaching staff, learn new teammates. To have to do that virtually right now, what kind of an adjustment has that been?
It's just tough because it's really hard to try to build bonds with your teammates and your friends or your new teammates over what they call it, Zoom calls.
Yep.
So it's just like, man, it's just tough because I still work out with like some of the Charger players that I'm close friends with, and it's just tough, man. It's just extremely tough. And I mean, obviously, this COVID is just kind of destroying everything. But right now, you just kind of got to deal with what you can deal with.
Do you now incorporate any of Deontay Wilder's boxing workouts into your own?
The crazy thing is, I actually do a little boxing. I actually do a little boxing, for training, just because it's a different type of work. But I mean, what he had me doing, not to that full extent. But I do like to implement like a little boxing in my training. 100%. What they do though is just next level. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lyle from Oshkosh asks, did you have a mentor growing up?
I really didn't have that mentor, like just like a player that kind of helped show me the ropes. My mentors was kind of like my cousins, but as far as like what I needed to do and how I needed to do it, it was just me learning for the first time. I really didn't have no one show me the ropes. It was kind of just me experiencing this journey of, what and what not to do on my own, with, the advice of what my parents and, my older cousins could help with.
Jackie wants to know, what do you miss most about Kenosha?
What I miss most? Definitely my family and friends. Just, being in California for the past 5 years, I love the people in California. They're awesome people, but it's nothing like home. And, I grew up with a lot of those people. A lot of those people knew me before I was, Melvin, the football player. So I just really enjoy everyone back home, and especially my family and friends. I miss my grandma cooking as well. So I get that when I come home often.
Absolutely. Jalen Rose has joined us. Yes,
Man,
it is.
why you ain't come to the Lions?
Man, the Lions weren't talking to me.
Man, you're a beast. Congratulations on all your success.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Jalen, did you ever play any organized football? Did you play midget football? Did you ever play? Was there a Detroit Southwestern High School? Any football?
Whoa, you're going to love this story. Melvin, you're going to die laughing when you hear this. I love football more than basketball. My birthday is January 30th, and it used to fall on Super Bowl weekend. I used to think that was my birthday party, but they were Super Bowl parties. But anyway, so I used to play pick 'em up, mess 'em up, growing up all of the time. I played football until 9th grade, and I was a defensive end. I was an offensive lineman, and we made it to like the championship when I was like in 8th grade, and I thought I was being tough, so I didn't wash my pants. So I showed up with the dirty pants from the previous game like I was being rough and tough. And my coach got so mad at me. And we lost the game, and he blamed it on me. But I thought I was tough, Melvin.
Oh, man. That's a bad coach right there, man. Blame it on one player? Oh,
yeah, he blamed it on me.
what character traits or perspectives do you think help youth getting through difficult times?
I think in the era of social media in particular, where you sometimes forget it's just an app on your phone, that you're inviting Instagram, you're inviting Twitter, you're inviting Facebook, you're inviting Snap, you're inviting everyone into your life. I would just say try to find a way to block out any noise that stops you from getting to your goals. Don't use social media to your detriment, use it to your benefit. And then lastly, this is the tough love one, Melvin. Sometimes your critics are right, and you got to be able to accept it and own it and improve, and then ignore it when they're hating or they're jealous.
I think it's just about having a strong mindset. Like you said, sometimes they're right, and, sometimes they're wrong, and they're just hating, and they need, someone just needs something. Just if you have a strong mindset, I feel like if you could just really just know right from wrong, and if people hating on you, and if they're right, if have is a weakness, and you know what you need to work on. You know this, you know that, but just having a strong mindset can get you through it all. Because people are gonna say hurtful things, people are gonna say things that you dislike. Not every time you should respond, depending on what you say. I fall victim sometimes to that, but you just have to. I think a strong mind can get you through a lot, and I feel like that's one thing that you have to have, throughout your entire life.
Do either of you guys have a quote or a saying that helps you get through tough things?
First off, let me just say this. You go ahead, Melvin. I'm gonna defer to you because you about to blow up this year, have a great season, and go on to be a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, and a Hall of Famer, and you ain't never been a Lion. I'm a little disappointed in you, so go ahead.
Hey, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I got a good running back over there.
Carry on is a beast, and we drafted. I know, but we drafted two guys to play 3 downs. That's what you do. I watched the game. Go ahead, man.
I don't have a quote, honestly. Not off the top of my head. I'm not the biggest quote guy. I'm not really the biggest quote guy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. For me to sit here and say I got a quote to help me get through hard times, I don't. I just kind of remember the hard times, and I just don't kill you, make you stronger. So I guess you could use that right there. Don't kill you, make you stronger. Let's use that.
Jalen's got a quote for you, Melvin. It's called "Give the people what they want." That's a cure-all. In most cases, that's the right idea. In most cases, that's the right. Sometimes it might not be the best advice based on what's going on in the environment.
I got a good one for you, Woj. And I appreciate you putting this together. Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club in Chi-Town. Here's what I'll say, because sometimes, especially being from an urban environment, you lose your innocence early because you're exposed to so many adult things at a juvenile age. So I'll say, recognize that people come into your life for 4 reasons: to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Choose wisely.
Absolutely.
Choose wisely.
Hey, Jalen, you and Melvin have this in common. You played in Denver. Melvin's on his way to Denver. What is it like playing in that city? What kind of sports town is that? What has he got in store for him there?
Oh, you about to get it in. It's about to be great for you. And the thing is, I was there when they had, and I'm just gonna say this, Woj. Remember, I'm putting this on wax. He about to be the best running back they had since Terrell Davis.
Yep.
And we know what he accomplished, like MVP, Super Bowl winning type things. That's why I'm mad he didn't come to the Lions. Like he's about to ball with them. They got a great D, a terrific pass rush, strong corners. Like he about to be getting some carries and some catches out the backfield. It's about to be on. So they're about to love you and appreciate you, and it's going to be well deserved.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I saw in The Last Dance how close your team was to retiring MJ. How would his legacy be different if the Pacers won that Game 7? It's a good question.
It is a good question. And, I want to feel like it would be much different, but Michael Jordan became the greatest player of all time before he ever won a championship. I want everybody to understand that. You look back at any footage, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, before Michael Jordan won a championship, he was the greatest player of all time. So I feel like the world wouldn't be much different if he had 5 and I had 1. I would hope that everybody would still be in harmony and be enthusiastic about his 5 and really celebrate my 1 like it's 5.
Melvin, Matt wants to know your feelings about signing with a division rival.
I mean, it's cool. I don't want to gas it too much. It's gonna be dope. I mean, it's crazy, man. Because I've been with the Chargers for 5 years, and I built so many relationships with those guys, man. So just going every day, blood, sweat, and tears with those guys, man. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, and now to be looking at them across the way, knowing that I'm going to be going into battle, with a whole different squad. It's going to be interesting, man. But it is what it is. That's part of the game. For some guys, it's not that way. For some guys, it is. And for me, it is. So, I'm not going to go out there and take it lightly on them. The job is to go out there and do my best and win the game. So that's what I'm going to do. But, I'm going to definitely smile and talk a little trash.
Whoa.
I know they're going to talk it to me.
So, Melvin, I really follow the game. And like I said, I love football more than I love basketball. And I want to ask you a question about perseverance. How did you stay disciplined doing your job when you showed that you was one of the best backs in the league? Your squad didn't give you the cash that you deserved. They minimized your role to try to basically undercut your salary. You ended the season as a professional, and then you left in the off season because you know that you have something to prove. Can you please tell them how you still showed up at work and was professional and was on time, and how now you're about to show them how that sacrifice pays off when you're professional?
Man, because it's just, to me, I take the game seriously, and I just put a lot of all into it behind closed doors, and I figure like, man, no matter what, you just got to give it your all. Whether you studying, you putting extra hours in, whether you working out in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion, you just got to give it everything you have, give the game everything you have, just because, it's just out of respect to the ones that, that gave it all before us. And that's just how I look at it. Any time I put any effort towards, the game I love, I try to give it my all. Because, the worst fear is being done and sitting back and being like, well, I didn't give it everything I had. And you're going to run into some things that it's just, it just looks all bad and it's dark. Whether it's, it's a holdout, whether it's a team not giving you this, not giving you that. Regardless, if you show up in that workplace, you got to do your job. And, you got to do it to the best of your ability. And that's just kind of how I look at it. I love the game, and, I love the people that played it before me. And I try to respect them, with the utmost respect by giving it my all, like I said. So, I feel like it'd be a discredit to them if I ever showed up and did anything and gave less than what was expected, So that's just kind of how I look at it, and that's just kind of how I approach it, and that's just my mindset.
A lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Thanks for joining us on ESPN's One Team Speaker Series. We'll catch you guys next week.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.